Welcome back. In this video we're going to add a undo redo stack button, and we're going to add a countdown to allow players time to sort of, well, eventually cancel out, but it's just in this video it's going to be the start button, so it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 start, or you can cancel it and you can go immediately into the game, and all that happens after the fade. Quick couple of announcements before we actually get to the code. First thing is this book is still available, Python Pygame, Raspberry Pi game development, and A-Press asked me if I wanted to get involved in writing another book, and I said yes. And so here's the other one, which is Unity Networking Fundamentals, so creating multiplayer games within Unity. I wrote the first half of this book. I actually co-wrote it with Kajendra, and he wrote the rest of the book. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. I did a couple of examples at the start, so it's all about TCP connections in C#, how to sort of get a weather app, and then there's a tic-tac-toe game in there as well, and then later on in the book it shows you how to create a maze game. But yeah, it's all in here. It's not particularly thick, but it covers quite a lot of ground. But yeah, this is out now. Link will be in the show notes below. Thanks. I had a plan, and that plan failed because we don't have timers, and I was going to put in a timer in the game, but we don't have timers. The original game did have timers. KP Atomix, the one that I used as a sort of basis for this game, doesn't. We'll figure that out next time. But for now, what we're going to do is inside this column here, which is the doing column. So we're going to do a countdown to start the board, and we're going to do an undo redo stack. Actually, we're probably going to do the undo redo stack first, because I think that might be the easiest one, because we already have access to it. And what I mean by that, well, I'll move this out the road here. You'll see that we already have our move piece command, and our move piece command is already hit when we click on that direction there. So it ends up inside the undo redo stack instance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two buttons up here in the UI. So I'm going to do UI Text Mesh Pro, and I'm going to call this button, this will be the undo button, and then the other button will be the redo button. So I'll duplicate those by doing Command D or Control D. So this will be the undo button, and this will be the redo button. And the text for that obviously will be undo. Oh, that's not going to change the undo text. It's going to be an undo text. Well, I guess that's fine. That's not going to be a problem. And then this one we'll call redo and redo. And then we'll move the redo button ever so slightly over to here, and we will clamp it top right, and this will be top right as well. So everything just moves with that there. Now we need to create another script that does the undo redo. So inside Atomix, we'll do game, and then we'll have create C# script, and then we'll call this undo redo stack controller, for want of a better word. And we'll add some code to that now. So we'll deal with the update just now. I'm wondering if I just need this to be an undo redo. Let's just have it as this. Public void undo, public void redo. And then we have undo redo stack instance dot undo, and then unsurprisingly we have undo redo stack dot instance dot redo. So I mean, all of this code is written for the previous game that we based this on, Lunar Lockout. So that's where a lot of this code comes from. Someone made a comment about maybe I should have just made this fresh, but yeah, hindsight's 2020, I guess. And then for this one, the update, I want to check to see if the button should be enabled. So I need to get the button instance. So I'm going to do private button, and then this lives inside UI, I think. Wake button equals get component button, and then we want to say button dot interactable equals, and then we need to know if it's the undo or redo stack button. So we do public bool is undo. We'll set that to be true. So we'll say is well, okay, let's not be too crazy here. So let's do is undo. Button dot interactable equals undo redo stack dot instance dot has count can. Do I not have a way to do that? Oh no, seriously? Alright, okay, let's fix that just now. So undo redo stack is this. So here's this is our singleton part, we don't need that. Then we do update. So we already have undo redo for the key codes, but we want to check and see if we can undo things. So I'm gonna say public bool can undo, and then that's gonna be executed dot count greater than 0. Public bool can redo dot count greater than 0. Okay. So if we are executing, if we have things to execute, that means we can undo it, and if we can redo it, that means that we have something inside here. So that all works out. And then in here dot can undo. Else button dot interactable equals undo redo stack dot instance dot can redo, and get rid of that. Okay. What else do we need to do there? Is undo the button. We don't need to tie that in there. That's good. Okay. So now for each of these buttons, I'm going to add a script, which is going to be the undo redo controller. Do the same thing here. And for the redo one, that is not the undo button. So that is going to be just the bare bones redo. So if I do this here, and I choose this one here, and I move, now undo becomes available. So if I click on undo, nothing happens. Okay. It's kind of weird, the fact that nothing happens. Like nothing. Like that didn't. Oh, that's why, because then. This is nothing to click. Okay, so if I go to the undo button here, what I want to do is go to button, and then on click I need to add the undo button, and then I'm going to choose undo redo thing, and then I'm going to do it's just right there. Choose undo there, and then for the redo, I'm going to do the same thing again. So for the undo redo, for button, I'm going to choose the redo button. Then I'm going to choose this one, and then I'm going to choose redo, which is just up there. He said, looking at the monitor. Okay, and now the undo redo stack should just work. So move that to there, undo. Boy, we're doing well tonight. Why did that not work? Okay, let's set a breakpoint. Attach to Unity. Okay, undo redo stack controller, and definitely don't need that. So this one here, and then I click on undo. Oh, I think I know why. Because fade to black blocks raycasts. That's why. Okay. So what I need to do here is fade out to black. Okay, so this is fade out to black. Fade out to black, get component canvas script. I'm going to do fade out dot raycasts true. So I'm going to mark the raycast as being true there, as blocking raycast being true. So what's happening is that the mouse, when you click on something, it casts a ray into the screen, and then it checks to see what's hit that object. Because this is technically in 3D space. I know it's a 2D object, and I'm not going to get into the whole argument about that. But you cast into the screen this ray, and the ray says, oh, what did I hit? What did I hit? What did I hit? And if we block raycasts, it's not going to work. So I am going to uncheck that. And now the undo redo stack will work. So I can click on this, and I can click on this, and then click on this, and now when I click on undo, it does that. Redo becomes true. I can undo it, and I can undo it all the way back to there, and then I can redo everything to there, and now redo is gone blank, and now when I move there, everything works. Okay, well there we go. Beautiful. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. And now if I do undo to there, and now move this one, redo now becomes unavailable because I've kind of stopped. I've kind of reset the stack, and that's kind of that's the rules of undo redo stacks. So it fits in there with that. So that's good. I can now go over to here, and I can mark that as being done. So that's quick. So the next thing to do is count down to start the board. Alright, so I'm going to create a new canvas. So UI canvas, and then then the canvas is going to be count down to start, and it is going to scale 800 by 450 and 0.5, and then that's fine. I'm going to drag that up inside our little canvas box bit up here, and then I'm going to create another panel inside here, and the panel is going to be black and mostly opaque, and then that's got to be across everything, and I don't want that to shine through, so yeah, okay, let's make that 500 because it's going to be top of everything. And then inside the panel here, this is going to actually, sorry, I'm going to have a canvas group here, and the canvas group is, what's that going to be? It's going to be blocks raycast because I don't want anybody clicking behind it. And then the panel itself, I'm going to have a UI element which is going to be a text mesh thing there, and it's going to be a countdown from 5. And it's going to be quite big, and I'll make that, yeah, about that size. So what is that? 148. Let's make it a round number, and we'll center it there, and then I will put it in the center of the screen, and likewise I'm going to center that to the top there, and that's good. Okay, and then the panel itself, I need another button which is going to say start. Now I'm just doing this because it's just the basics. I just need it to be functional just now. I don't need it to be like all encompassing. Like it doesn't have to look nice or anything. It has to function well, and it's the same thing as the undo redo button that I just did earlier on in this video. Just has to work. So for this one, it's going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then start, or you can just tap start, and then it will start. So again, we need the little controller here. So this is going to be our C# script, and it's going to be countdown to start. And I'm going to drag that on top of countdown to start. And you guys can't see that. So countdown to start is the script. So I need a public TMP Pro text mesh pro GUI text public button, and then this button is going to be start game, and that needs to have UI, and then we need void awake. Actually, I just need enumerator a bull start. We'll turn null to make it not lose its marbles, and then we'll say start game dot on click dot add listener new unity action, and unity action, and unity action comes from unity events, and then I can specify that in here. I need an extra one there to do clear this and start. Oh yeah, and I also need a okay, right, so we're going to set things up here. So I need to do var canvas group equals get component canvas group, because at the very end of this dot raycasts equals false. So at the start we're going to block it, and at the end we're going to unblock. So we're going to itchy eye. We're going to unblock the raycast at that point there. So this is going to be our setup part. On button, click, ignore stuff. And then we're going to have our while loop. So while running, update the counter. When the counter expires, start. When the counter expires, we're going to start the game. So we need a private bool is our is running or is counting down. Naming things is hard. Countdown active. Call it countdown active. I'll set that to be true. And when we click the button, we'll say countdown active equals false. So we're going to have var seconds left equals 5 while countdown active and seconds is greater than or equal to 0. So yeah, yeah, we don't actually need that there. Let me just get that down here. Okay. So our setup isn't really much. Our setup is just the button thing. So when you click it, it's going to deactivate the countdown, and when the countdown is deactivated, it is then going to unblock the raycast and then set the canvas group alpha to 0. Canvas group dot alpha equals 0, and that will effectively hide the canvas from the player. So it's going to hide the canvas from the player. It's also going to hide the canvas from raycast, which means that our undo redo stack will still work. So inside here, we need to calculate the number of seconds left as a whole number. So that's easy. We can say var int seconds equals int seconds. Let's just do math. Why is it? Oh, wrong language. Math. Floor. Ceiling. Is that the better one? Smallest integer. Seconds. And then we want to say text.text equals int seconds dot toString. Yield return new will return null. And we want to say seconds minus equals time dot delta time. So every single time we're going to go in there, we're going to reduce it by that amount of seconds, which is going to be a fraction of a second, and then we're going to update the timer, and then just to be sure, we're going to set text.text equals 0. Actually, let's just clear it. So we'll set it to clear when it's done. So so our text is going to be our text here. In fact, we should name that text. We'll call that countdown text count indicator, and then the button is going to be start game already button. And we can make that button a little bit bigger because it's a little bit small. And again, it's not going to there. Let's bring that down to there. Okay. and then we'll make the text just a little bit bigger as well. So what are we at now? 50. So let's make that 56. There we go. Okay. So now when we run the game, say 5, 5, 5, and nothing will happen. Okay, well that's good. I'm glad everything's going well tonight. How's your night going? Oh yeah. Yeah, well, don't need that because we already have that inside there. And then this one, why is that not being set to be active? Did I just make a complete hash of that there? I did, didn't I? 5. Well, that ain't working. It is enumerator, isn't it? Oh, I've forgotten how to do. It's been about 3 weeks now since I coded here. Yeah, enumerator. Unbelievable. Okay. Well, for all of you shouting at the screen, I did figure it out quickly. In my defense. Okay, so I'm going to set a breakpoint here. I'm wondering if it's throwing an error. Oh, there we go. Boom. Oh, so start game's not set? Wait, what? I never set the button. There it is there. Okay, so I'm gonna click on that and then drag that over to there. Alright, okay, here we go. Okay, so now we can just 2, 1, so it starts the game there. Okay. And then if we want to start it quickly, we can just override that by just clicking start and it starts the game. Alright. Yay. Alright. 2 cards down, several more to go. See you in the next video. And that's that. There you go. Relatively short video this time round, so I'd apologise for the previous ones. They were very, very long. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you got this far, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and let me know in the comments below what you want to see differently, or if you want to see a different type of video, that kind of thing. Just let me know in the comments below. If you did get this far and you like what you see, I have more videos like this. I have other videos that are C++ related, and if you want timely reminders when I put a new video up, then hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and YouTube will send you a notification of when I put a new video, which is Thursdays. We'll say Thursdays as a schedule. It's not every week, but it's I'm trying more than more this year. That's the plan. But I've only released like 2 videos this year, so it's going well. But anyway, thank you again for spending some time watching these videos. I do appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.